everybody for tuning in to our third episode of the Health and Wealth series. And obviously, we're going to be talking to you guys about those two aspects. Most of us are familiar with Matt, and he does a phenomenal job of breaking down the opportunity that we have on our hands, and then also, the product, right? The technology and what it's been doing for so many people. I've been involved in this community for a while now, over 2 years full time. And I have to say the most powerful thing about this platform is the community. Being able to connect with each other, being able to help each other, share information, support each other. That's been the most powerful thing. Obviously, the product does what it does. It's been around for 50 years. It's been used in hospitals to treat so many different illnesses and diseases. And obviously, Matt will be diving into that and giving you guys the information. And then also the opportunity has changed so many lives, right? But it's the community. It's being able to jump on these calls and grow with each other. That is the most important thing. And I really implore everyone to make it a point to jump on these calls and bring people. These calls are open for the public to learn and obviously to follow our stories. You guys, most of you, know my journey, and the main thing right now is about impacting, right? We want to help people develop. We want to help people learn as much as possible and have success. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of success within the team. There's a lot of momentum with this. We're going to be doing some really cool things over the next couple of weeks. I would just recommend that everyone, grab a pen, grab a paper, a notepad, get your cell phones or whatever you type on, and make sure you pay close attention to this information because it has changed, like I said, so many people's lives around the world. And we're just getting started. This is just the beginning of the next phase. All right. So with that being said, I'll hand it right to Matt to deliver the information, and let's dive into it. Matt, take it away.
Okie dokie. Let me just get this set up here. In my video. Okay. Right on. There we go. Okay, guys. Thank you all for attending. We got a lot of people in the house here today. A lot of distributors. It's good to see. Good to see you, Bents. Thanks for coming on, Sarah, Josh, Tessa, Trevor, Sean, Jack. I don't think I've met you yet, Queen. We got Nee, we got Bren, Katie. It's good to see you on, Bill. Thanks for attending, Bill. And good to see you as well, Nate. Yeah, good to see you guys. Keenan, Nolan, Bren. I think I said Bren twice, and of course my mom. So guys, this is going to be very similar in style to the training that we ran 2 weeks ago. But because I would say the attendance is about 80% similar to the one 2 weeks ago, I don't want to sound like a broken record too much. So I'm going to probably spend slightly less time on the machine today. Not a lot, just a little bit less time. And then I'm going to go a little bit more into the compensation plan. Alrighty. Okay, so if we have questions, I waited until the very end to do questions last time. This time I'm going to almost do it as I go, seeing as, again, everyone's seen this for now the second time. These trainings are primarily intended with the intention of you knowing what you're talking about when you go to pitch people. That's the primary intention for these trainings. So let me just pin that. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna start off with our machine, of course, and all the great things that it's done. First, before we do this, I'm gonna give the stage to my mom for a couple moments here, because my mom has just had such great testimonies with it, and it's powerful to hear our testimonies from other people. Please, guys, if you've had some impacts on your life from this water, like some pretty substantial impacts, please let me know, and then we can feature you in future calls as well. Okay, Mom, let's, I got you pinned here. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's nice to be here again and learn so much. Last time, I couldn't believe how much more I picked up just from watching you and Josh. It was brilliant. So for me, purchasing the machine has been a pretty eye-opening self-awareness unit. You know, I drink a lot more water simply because the water is excellent when it goes through the machine and you're actually drinking it. It's so great. I purchased the machine because of how well it cleaned my vegetables, and that was the ultimate selling point for me. So not only does it clean the vegetables, shelf life has doubled. So I'm not throwing away near what I used to. When Matt first presented this whole thing to us, of course, his father was a little bit saying, oh, it's kind of expensive. I don't know what you're doing, la, la, la. And then after a week or two of him drinking the water, he came to me and said, my eczema has cleared up. So that was a pretty powerful thing. The arthritis in my thumb that I have has improved substantially. And it's got to be from drinking the water, because that's the only major change that has been in my daily life. My skin is clear. It detangles my hair. I sleep fantastic now. We use the water to water our plants, to clean glass, to wash floors, all my appliances, our barbecue. So it's paid for, this machine has paid for itself over and over again. And I highly recommend it to people, although they don't really listen. So I'm learning from, I'm learning from Matt and Josh how to connect with the people to get them to understand why they should have this product in their lives. So thanks, Matthew. And I think I've pretty much covered everything.
I think you have. Well, yeah, thanks for pretty much covering everything.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Right.
So
Okay.
Thank you guys. That's been incredibly impactful for me, the impact that this machine had on my mom and my dad. What Josh and Nee and I had a pretty fun and interesting start to our business, I would say, because when I used to pitch this, day one, day two, I didn't know anything about the machine, and I didn't pretend to know anything about the machine. So I didn't pitch the machine. We had a pretty good combo our first month there, where Josh would bring us a prospect to my office. I had a beautiful office downtown. Josh would bring us a prospect. Nee would explain the machine, and then I would explain the business and the comp plan and what we were doing. And when I would step up to take the stage there, I would actually say, I don't care about the machine at all. And they'd be like, wait, what? Because the Nee would spend 20, 30 minutes explaining the machine and all the benefits and how amazing it is. And I'd be like, I don't care about the machine at all. Not at all. I would literally say that. I'm doing this for the business opportunity. Like, whoa, what? Then what happened one day is I went to fill up my glass. I was filling my glass up. My mom had her machine a couple weeks now. She said her dad's eczema was getting better. She's sleeping really well. And then filling my glass.
Oh, I almost got it.
And okay, hold on. I forgot to do that. I forgot to give everyone not the power. Mute all. All right. I was filling up my Kangen water glass, and I was like, whoa, like, I'm so glad my mom's drinking it, but I'm telling these people that I don't care about it. I was like, this doesn't work. That's not right at all. Like, I'm obviously sold on this machine if I'm grateful that my mom is drinking this. I need to stop telling people I don't care about the machine, because I do care about the machine. And then it was just a really heavy day for me, actually. Yeah, because I was like in the middle. I'm pretty sure I had just finished telling someone I don't care about the machine, And then I was filling up my glass like, oh, I'm so glad my mom and dad have one because they're oh my goodness. So I changed my tune after that day because of course I care about the machine and my health and my parents' health and other people's health, and the results don't lie. So
And you know, Matt,
yeah.
the awareness part of it all too for me is the more I drink the water, I realize how much better I feel, how much more energy I have. And the days that I don't drink enough water,
Right.
I have a real low day. So
Yeah.
it's been a real self-awareness thing for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, right.
Yeah, totally. That's it's like you don't know what you don't have, right? So like another thing that always is massively shocking to me, Mom, is when I come to Canada from Asia and I breathe, I'm like, like, because the air is so amazing, and the comparison between it is like identical. I'm like, like usually Josh is coming to pick me up at the airport, and I'm just like, yeah, like enjoying myself, just waiting and breathing the awesome Canadian air compared to Hong Kong, Vietnam, Philippines. And it's like the same, it really is a similar feeling, the awareness. I know exactly what you mean. Like I had some really tough months, like when I went to Vietnam for a couple months and I didn't have my machine, I was drinking that friggin' plastic water. Oh my goodness, just walking around acidic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys, enough small talk for now. I'm going to dive into our machine here, but remember, we always have to say this. We have to say this for a very important reason. I'm not making any scientific claims. I'm just showing you people that have done scientific research on our product. Yeah? Results will vary from individual to individual. Results will vary from individual to individual, but we're not allowed to say this will cure this. We can say, I hope it works for you the same way it worked for my other customers that I've got, but I'm not going to claim that it is. And the reason for this is because of some silly people in the United States about 10, 15 years ago. They were selling Kangen water as a cure for cancer. If you have cancer, buy this water bottle here and drink it, and your cancer is going to go away. We guarantee it. And then they made such a noise for themselves that it actually got, the WHO actually got involved. And obviously the water isn't like a one-stop shop cure for cancer. There's been a couple testimonies about it helping, certainly helping with radiation because of the hydration. And it just turned into a really big mess. It was on the news, and Kangen water got kind of a bad reputation. So what happened was Enagic had to crack down aggressively on all the people making ridiculous scientific claims. And that's why they're so serious about these things now. Some people even came out about a month or 2 or 3 ago saying that the 2.5 is going to completely prevent you from getting COVID. If you put it on your hands and spray it in your house, you won't get COVID. Obviously, it's a powerful disinfectant, and it will kill COVID on contact, but it's not a guaranteed you're not going to get this virus. So anyways, guys, just make sure that when you're selling, and to be honest, like they don't really care until you're higher up, but just don't make over the top scientific claims. Bring up testimonies, show them these scientific articles based on what's called electrolyzed reduced water. And yeah, you guys get it. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do my share screen. I'm looking at you, Josh and Mom, for a thumbs up about if it works. Right on. Okay, so our company was founded, guys, and I'm gonna be making some changes to my presentation because, and I think I may have mentioned this last week, but this slide is really important, okay? Because this allows our company, guys, what would really, really perked my ears up, and Josh, I don't even know if I've told you this yet, what really, really perked my ears up was the fact that when I was selling in Canada, I could sell 300 million people, right? I had the opportunity to sell or recruit 300 million people. And then overnight, I had the ability to sell or recruit 8 billion. 8 billion. I went from 300 million to 8 billion potential customers. 8 billion potential teammates, because we can sell anywhere on the planet. That's an insane opportunity in itself. So selling all over the planet is one thing. We can do that with dropship and this, that, and the other. But recruiting teammates all over the planet, I'll tell you guys, we've got some really, really exciting things happening out of London and Africa right now. Some really exciting things happening over here in Hong Kong. And for the initial cost, the water machine is like, you get an international business franchise that comes with a water machine. The price that we pay to distribute and recruit internationally is pennies. So cheap to be able to tackle the entire globe for recruiting. So I just want to make a point about that. Again, I'm going to be adding some things to my presentation. So today we're going to cover all three of these. We're going to cover the health, which is our product, the wealth, which is our compensation plan, and then the strategy. I'm going to spend a little bit less time again on the product this week, just because we've got a recording that people can follow up with. Okay, so the first component, guys, of our machine does three things with the electricity, right here. Using electricity, our machine makes it antioxidant, alkaline, and that it improves the permeation of the blood cells, okay? So the pH scale, everyone should be familiar with this. Please, 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 if you don't know what we're talking about today, ask your uplines or the people that brought you onto this call. You need to know what you're talking about if you want to build your business, or if you don't, like, not even build your business. If you don't want to look like an idiot when someone comes up to you, when your mom or your dad or your cousin or your brother says, "What are you doing?" And you don't want to go down that conversation with someone, you need to know what you're talking about. So the pH scale, I'm assuming everyone on here knows that, so I'm not even going to talk about that. I just hope you guys do know that. What I am going to talk about today is this, because this is one of the more common objections that we get when it comes to alkalinity. A lot of people have heard of alkalinity these days, the alkaline diet, alkaline water. In fact, you can even see alkaline water in stores. Now, in the stores, when you buy alkaline water, it actually has a list of ingredients on it. Why is that? And that's because, this is from an article that I'll send you guys, by the way. But our water is made alkaline through electricity. We apply electricity to it. We increase the total number of hydrogen in the water, which increases the potential for hydrogen. Bottled alkaline water, they dump chemicals which are minerals which are chemicals. They dump minerals into the water, which raises the pH level. Okay? So you guys can see here some of the ingredients that are most common in alkaline bottled water. Calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. So you can actually see, you buy your bottled pH water and you look at it, there's an ingredients list. So Mom, I'm pretty sure you know this, but for those of you that don't, My mom said her arthritis has receded at least a little bit. This is a very common side effect of drinking alkaline or alkalized water. The reason for this, okay, is because our body needs to maintain our blood pH level, okay? So when you guys are talking to some people, smart people, educated people, okay, I'm pitching this one guy right now in Hong Kong, they're gonna tell you that the body maintains its pH by itself. And they're correct. A lot of Kangen water distributors who don't know what they're talking about, which you don't want to be, because trust me, when you get one of these smart cookies on board, they're actually going to do big things for you. I'd rather have one person that's a smart cookie than 100 people that have no idea what they're doing. We do not increase the pH level of our blood for health. That is not what we do. That's called alkalosis, and it makes you super sick and can kill you. We do not increase our pH level of our blood. Our body does it on its own. Our body does it on its own. It maintains 7.4. Through a number of different organs. I actually learned that in this company. I didn't know. You ever heard of a pancreas? Everyone heard of a pancreas? No one has any idea what a pancreas does, right? Pancreas is involved in this alkaline process. It's just a fun fact, I guess, on the pancreas. So now everyone knows what this is. The pancreas is located directly under your stomach. Because if the acid comes out of your stomach and goes into your organs, it's just going to burn your body and just melt a hole in your cavity there, and your intestines are just going to fall out of your gut. Right? So this acid and food, right? Food goes in and acid, and it turns into and then as that comes out, your pancreas sprays it with alkaline to make all of that alkaline so it doesn't cook your body. Also, it needs to be alkaline to even be processed and digested. So that's what the pancreas does, fun fact. Now, how does our body maintain its pH level? It's not just an automatic thing. Obviously, it needs to do something. If you're drinking soda pop and not exercising and smoking cigarettes and not drinking enough water, and honestly, if you're having negative thoughts, stressing out, that actually makes you acidic as well. If you're doing things that raise the acidity level or lower the alkaline level of your blood, your body actually draws out the minerals from your bones. So if it needs to be 7.4, the human body blood needs to be 7.4. If it starts to dip down 7.39, 7.38, 7.37, your body doesn't want acidic blood running through its organs. Imagine your brain literally with acid on it. It's not going to work. So your body will draw minerals out of your bones, because the bones and to some extent the tendons and ligaments, but mostly the bones, are the only natural alkaline substances found inside our body. So when the blood pH dips, it extracts the minerals from our bones to maintain the blood pH. The link that I'm going to send you guys, and again, this is what they're saying, okay? It's called The Cause and Cure for Rheumatoid Arthritis. And it talks about acidity, alkalinity, and it even brings up electrolyzed reduced water in it. It's a powerful one. I think I can show you guys a little something here. Sufficient. Yeah, see, look. The body even brings up 9.5 pH alkaline. You say alkaline and healthy and free from all sickness and disease, including free from arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. The body needs support by minimizing dietary acids and focusing on the ingestion of alkalizing green fruit, vegetables, and drinking 9.5 pH alkaline water. Unless you sustain some sort of injury or something, like honestly, guys, this is my testimonies. Unless like it's something like pretty serious, you're not going to get sick. Like, it's crazy. You're drinking enough of this water, you just don't get sick. It's really, really intense. Like that, it's just crazy. Yeah. Okay, so that's enough about the acidity, guys. I want to make something really clear because I've been helping one of my new distributors here in Hong Kong, and it came to my attention that people, distributors and customers, get really hung up on the alkalinity. Oh, you know, there's mixed reviews. There's some science that says alkaline is good for you. There's some science that says it's bad for you. La, 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 la. First off, all the science that says it's bad has to do with drinking the minerals, because if you drink too many minerals, it can lead or may lead to things like kidney stones. But most importantly, guys, when people say blah, 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 alkalinity, I tell them, forget the alkalinity. It's the least important part of what our machine does. So just forget it. That's how I handle those objections. People say, oh yeah, blah, 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 alkaline, forget it. Like, you don't even, totally forget. Our machine can make 7.0 neutral if you want. Forget the alkalinity. It's the least important aspect. What you should be focusing on is the antioxidant, the oxidation reduction potential. So again, I know everyone on here knows what oxidation is, but oxidation is the act of aging. When fruit turns brown or metal rusts, this is the act of oxidation. And in our body, it damages our DNA, which is what causes us to age. What causes oxidation is something called a free radical. Guys, I know most of you probably know this. If you don't, it's good. You need to hear it again. The best part of what you need to understand about training and getting to know this is that it's repetition, 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 repetition. This is true for anything you do. You need to do it tons of times, and you need to be consistent about it. So I hope you're not just hopping on these calls every Sunday and expecting yourself to sell Enagic machines. You need to know what you're talking about, but you need to watch the videos over, asking questions, and talking to people, of course. But guys, free radicals are an atom, this guy here, an atom that is missing an electron is called a free radical scavenger. When an atom is missing an electron, it's called a free radical scavenger. Because it's missing an electron, it wants to replace that electron. It comes into our body and takes an electron from our healthy cells. This can create a snowball effect where now the free radical comes in, takes from our healthy atom. Now our healthy atom is a free radical, and the cycle continues. So we create antioxidants which have available electrons to give to the free radicals to neutralize them so they don't need to take from our healthy atoms. Okay, so how do we do this? We do this through the electrolysis process. Using electricity, here we have a water molecule, right? H2O, 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Using electricity, we break a hydrogen off of our hydrogen molecule, our water molecule. In our glass, guys, this is the Kongan cloud. When you're looking at your glass of water and you can see it's all cloudy and there's a whole bunch of bubbles in there, this is literally hydrogen gas, active hydrogen. So what happens is, okay, we have this active hydrogen. The active hydrogen was removed from oxygen. So the hydrogen wants to be attached to oxygen. In our body, we have free radical oxygen scavengers. And so the hydrogen will seek out and neutralize the free radical scavengers. It looks like this. I like this guy. Looks like this right here. Ooh. See that? That's what happens in our body. This is the free radical scavenger. And this is our active hydrogen. It comes in, and you see this, it's missing one. It attaches, neutralizing the free radical oxygen scavengers. This is anti-aging, guys. It's currently apparently the most powerful antioxidant they've discovered. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is one of my favorite pictures here, guys. I've sent this out to everyone. This is a powerful, powerful picture. Please use this when explaining to your customers. And at the very least, understand this. You need to know this for yourself when you're talking to people. Okay. Here we have the electrolysis chamber, the main part of our Kangen water machines. Okay. So what happens is we turn on the tap and it goes into our machine and then filters out sediment, rust, lead, chlorine, bacteria, odors. Filters, regular good carbon filter, filters them out. Then the purified water goes into our machine here. Okay, here we have our water molecule again. Inside the machine, we have negatively charged plates, positively charged plates. You guys remember magnets, right? North is attracted to south, south is attracted to north, right? That's the same thing that's going on in here. So the negatively charged plates attract the positively charged minerals and atoms. The positively charged plates attract the negatively charged atoms and minerals. So out of our drinking side, the alkaline side, we have hydrogen. So guys, the water, don't get me wrong, like 98% of what goes through into this glass is H2O, is water molecules. But a lot of these, and the longer it spends on the plate, time on the plates, the slower you run the water, the more active hydrogen you will have in your glass. And then on the other side is where runs the acidic compounds, okay? I ran through this a lot last week. I'm going to wrap it up now for the acidity, but please, if you don't understand this, reach out to me, reach out to your uplines and study this. You should all have this picture. If you don't, please message me and I'll send you the follow-up email that I have with all of the information, okay? Next, we're going to talk about toxification. Okay, guys, toxification, really plain and simple, is when you're putting more toxins into your body than you're removing from your body. Putting more toxins in than you're removing. Put in 5 toxins, remove 2, you've got 3. Put in 5 more, remove 2, you've now got 6. Put in 5 more, remove 2. It piles up. This is why detox is so important. Okay? This is one of the main reasons that our machines help with eczema, because our skin removes toxins. So this helps with the toxins removal. Hydration, guys. The more and more I learn about hydration, the more and more I realize this could potentially be the most important aspect of our machine, is simply how it hydrates us on a molecular level. I'm assuming all of you do know this, but I'm going to run you through it, and then we're going to talk about some business stuff. I'll ask some questions. You guys can answer some questions. I've got some scientific articles I'm going to send out. Last week I was showing it, but I'll just send them out this time. One's from Harvard, shows the importance of hydration. Okay. Another one is really basic, electrolyzed reduced water and its benefits. And that's just an NCBI article. I'll send that to you. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. It means their whole life they're just dehydrated all the time. Some things that hydration affects, primarily the brain. Your brain is like 85% water or something. My mom taught me this actually long before Kangen, but a hangover is just dehydration. That's all that it is. You're just dehydrated and you're hungover. Dehydration affects your brain, so you can become agitated, clumsy, forgetful, and tired. I just want to make a small note here just so you guys know. You'll notice here how it says dehydration affects your brain's performance, mood, motor skills, memory, and causes fatigue. I purposely, and please be on the sales training next Sunday, because next Sunday is more about sales and team building and linguistic play. But I purposely say agitation, clumsy, forgetful, and tired, so that people read these, like, even if it's not crazy, but I'm saying layman words. I'm saying really simple 4th grade words for this, but I've got, 8th grade words on the screen here. That makes people feel smart when I do that. Like, oh yeah, fatigue, tired, yeah. Just so you guys know. So we'll get into some of that next week with the special wordplay to use to make people feel a type of way while you're presenting it to them. Dehydration affects your brain. It makes you tired. It makes you agitated, clumsy, forgetful. Okay. So guys, hydration. Again, probably my favorite part about this, but we reduce the size of the clusters of the water. Water molecules are electrically charged. Water molecules are electrically charged. So you can think of them like magnets. What happens when you stick magnets together? They stick together in these clumps. Using electricity, we reduce the size of these clusters of water by about 1/3. Why does this matter? It matters because if you look on the left, we have ionized water. If you look on the right, we have all other water. We literally have more water entering into and through our cells because the permeable membrane only has openings so large to fit this water into. Kongen in Japanese means return to origin. I've actually spoken with some of my Cantonese friends here in Hong Kong. They have a similar word. It doesn't just mean return to origin. It kind of means like recycle to its proper, to its singularity form. Okay, so this is the reducing of the microclusters. This is why when you drink regular water, after you've chugged a lot, you feel bloated. You're like, ow, ouch. You have a whole bunch of... It's different with Kongen water, as you all, of course, know. You can drink a lot of this and not have that same disgusting bloated effect. Okay. Because the water is coursing through our blood, it actually just rinses our organs off. So it detoxes us literally because of the penetrating through the cells. The water is literally just picking it up and moving it out into and throughout and out of your body. Okay, quickly now, additional features. I'll send a little bit more through on this, but we can make 2.5 hypochlorous acid. I'm gonna send through reading materials to those who want it, where I've broken down exactly how this works, because a lot of people have a lot of questions about it, especially these days, but the little type up that I have does a lot. So if you guys have questions on this, please reach out. Okay, the skin toner. This is a big seller, bigger seller than we're making it. People should be selling this more. The 6.0 pH is a natural skin toner. Many people spend between 20 and 50 Canadian dollars a month on this, which means you can easily show the value to somebody when they're concerned with the price point. We make neutral water and then the 11.5 pH water. Guys, if you have one of these Kongen water machines and you haven't cleaned your fruits and vegetables for yourself, you're missing out. You're missing a massive piece. And when you do it for yourself for the first time, it's going to be so impactful, you're going to want to tell people about it. So if you haven't done this, then you just absolutely need to. In fact, you know what? In 2 weeks from today, I'm going to do a water demo. The training 2 weeks from today is going to be a water demo. Okay? And I'm just going to talk about these things. I'm not going to run you guys through the slides again. I'm going to do a water demo, and then we can talk about business. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to open the chat here. So you guys are all muted, just so you know. Does anyone have questions on the product or how to speak about it to people? If you do, put your hand up, say something in the chat box. Please unmute yourself in chat.
Yeah, I do have a question. Basically, I had somebody mention to me about how the water splits up in the electrolysis chamber and the chemical formula. So when you split up the water molecule, you get the OH minus and you get the H plus.
Yep.
So somebody was explaining to me, how is that possible when you split the water, then you will not have water anymore? That's what he was telling me. If you split the molecules, then you're not going to have water. You have OH minus and you have hydrogen molecules.
That's correct. That's 100% correct, Benz. And I did glaze over this, but thank you so much for saying this. It's 98%, 99% water. A very small amount of the water molecules actually successfully break apart. That's why when you if it was 100%, it would just be hydrogen gas coming out of the thing. There'd be nothing. You couldn't see any of it. It would just be hydrogen gas. And then it's same thing on the other end, but it's again 99.9% H2O, and then some
that makes sense.
Successfully do get split. It's called and if you really want to go back at them and say something like that, make them go, oh, say it's a hydroxyl anion that comes out of the other side. That's what it's called. OH, hydroxyl anion, acidic, highly acidic.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So great question, Bence. Thank you. It's 99%. It's I guess if you think about it, if you're looking at the bubbles in there, you could actually count the number of molecules that successfully got broken apart. So there's there's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the entirety of the water. Okay. Well, would this? Okay. Would this machine be good for heartburn and then acid reflux? Absolutely, Casey. 100% it would. I've had a few downlines that they have a serious issue with it. And when I was drinking way more alcohol than I should have been on an almost daily basis, I had heartburn all the time. I would wake up and be like, ah! And I would go and I'd have a little shot of the 11.5. And it would calm right down. Just a shot. Tastes terrible, but put a shot in. But yeah, in general, if you feel heartburn coming on, you sip it. Don't chug. Sip, and it'll go away. Yeah, 100%. Could you explain the water cluster again? Yes, I can. So Casey, I can explain using my hands. My fingertips are going to be water molecules, okay? H2O, 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 H2O. They're all electrically charged, like magnets. Like magnets. So when you put a whole bunch of magnets together, they stick together in these clumps. Using electricity, we change the resistance of electricity in between the clusters. Shout out Josh, who knows what I'm talking about. I don't know anyone else who knows Ohm's law. But we change the resistance, and that allows them to separate. Okay? So the H2O molecules are electrically charged, so they stick together. Then we change, using electricity, we reduce the size of them. And when it's this big, it can't fit into, what's the comparison? It's say the entrance to the cell is the size of a ping pong ball. And then you got different size clusters of water. Some are tennis ball shaped. That's not going to fit. Some are basketball shaped. That's not going to fit. Some are ping pong ball shaped. That's going to fit. But when we use the reduced water, they're all small enough to fit directly into our cells. So we literally at the molecular level have more water entering into our cells. Okay, I hope, does that, yeah, that's good? Yeah, right on, cool. Good, thanks for asking. Honestly, it took me months to actually put my finger on this. I would like to know what career is this? I'm assuming there is a job for scientific study to study pH in the body. I don't know who brought Leo on. Leo, you can reach out to me after. I'd like to know why it's better. Oh yeah, so Leo, is Leo on still? Yeah, Leo is on still. Ohm's law, you said. Yeah, it's because of resistance, of course. We alter that. Hydrologist, chemist are the people who study this. Yeah. Cool. Okay, does anyone else have questions? Questions on what I just showed? Whoever brought Leo on, please do send him the articles that I send to you. Or Leo, you can drop your email to me and I can send it out. Okay, yeah, bye. Bye, Bent. Yeah, Leo, over the years, I'm not sure if you've been on from the start, but again, like, we're not supposed to make scientific claims because of all the numbskulls that went way too over the top saying it's going to cure cancer. But I've got, okay, good, yeah, you've heard, but I have over 50 scientific articles that studied what's called electrolyzed reduced water or ionized alkalized water, which is what we've got. So I've got your email here. I'm just going to save it in the notes, in my notes here, and I'll send you the follow-up. Okay, anyone else have questions on how the machine works? So if I ask you guys questions right now, you're going to be able to answer them, Katie? Okay, let's see here.
You didn't tell me there was going to be a test.
Pressure cooker time. What is a free radical, Katie? You're muted, but what's a free radical? You don't know?
Hey.
What's a free radical?
So it comes into the body and steals from an atom?
Correct. We also would have accepted it's an atom that is missing an electron.
Okay.
So it wants to have that missing electron. So then it comes into the body and takes an electron. Okay.
All right.
And this
Good
matters because, sorry, how do they enter the body? Sorry, someone just answering questions. Good questions. And this matters because our machine creates antioxidants. The hydrogen is an antioxidant which gives the electron. I'm not sure how they're created, Casey. I haven't gone that far, so that's a good question. I'm kind of curious now. Like, how does an oxygen just go about missing an electron? I don't know. But we breathe them. You breathe it. Unfortunately, yeah. Smoking, we call them free radical sticks. Because they're just loaded with chock full of free radicals. I'm not gonna lie, I'll have to watch the first video because that's okay, Trevor. Watch the first video. It's fairly similar to what we're talking about today, but it's all about repetition. And Katie, thanks for being the target of cooking. It's the only way that you really learn. I knew that. So Bren, you don't have any questions?
I'm just taking it back and just listening, man. Yeah, it's great. It's great to be on with everyone, if I'm honest with you.
All right, on. Thanks for joining us. You're still new.
Yeah,
I won't cook you up yet. Pardon? You've been taking screenshots?
Yeah, dude, it's like 3 in the morning right now. So I'm going to like do my thing in the morning and I'm going to hit Josh up.
Yeah, you can hit me up too. I have a team in London as well. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're in London. So I've got a team in London as well. So do reach out to me because there's strength in numbers. So I've got a team there. Probably I've got 2 full-time people there. One guy is just like out of control right now. Like basically I'm waking up to a sale almost a day from him. So I'll definitely get you in contact with him. Okay, that's good. That's enough of that. Okay, we're going to go into business now, guys. If you've got questions, again, thank you, Katie, very much. I will progressively start cooking people as they come on this call, Keenan, Nate, Nolan, because I know that when I was learning sales at first, that kept me on my toes, man, because I was like, oh, wow, like I can't just attend. I can't just attend. He's going to ask me, and if I don't know, I'm going to look like I don't know in front of all these people that know. It's fine. It's how you really learn. Okay, and you guys always reserve the right to say no thank you, by the way. Like, no pressure, a little bit of pressure. So let's talk about business now, guys. I'm going to do something a little bit different than last week. I'm actually going to start with questions. Does anyone have questions about the business and how it works and what we're doing here? The comp plan. I've got this here, guys. I'm going to be, again, I have the luxury of being able to work from home. Yeah, Brad, what's up?
Yeah, how does the 8-point structure work?
How does the 8-point structure work? That's a pretty big question. That might actually be too big of a question for me just to answer right now, because that's just like the entirety of it. Have you? Who's your upline?
Well, yeah,
Josh Gabby. Okay, perfect. So, definitely. How many times have you seen the 8-point compensation plan?
So I've got a picture on my phone, and I look at it, and I've kind of worked it out how it goes up at 6A. And then obviously there's the different commissions.
Okay.
I've wrote it down, and I've gone over each part. Obviously there's a direct and an indirect.
So it sounds like you have a basic understanding. So do you think you could refine your question a bit? I'm going to run through the 8-point comp plan just because you asked it, and it literally takes me 5 to 7 minutes to run through it. But
awesome.
Do you have a more refined question? Because you said you understand directs, indirects, 1A, 2A through 6A.
Oh, yeah. So when I wanted obviously to get that first one pretty quick, so that double commission up to 680, I believe. So obviously that's 3 direct right before it goes into indirects. Right?
Yeah. Okay, cool. You know what I'm going to do? Let me just see if I can quickly bring this up. So I can hold on. I'm going to do it in euros as well for you if this doesn't take too long to open up, but it looks like it is. Are you going to be good with USD, bud?
Yeah, I can work that out. Yeah.
If I do it in USD. Okay, cool. All right, guys, just 1 second. I've been drinking a lot of Kangen water, so I'll be right back.
You could put on some music for us or something.
I mean, he could sing us a song. I'm pretty sure he can do it.
Bren, I heard your rap the other day, man. Bren, good job, man. I didn't know you could get down like that.
Oh, it was just a laugh. It was a laugh, man. Yeah.
That was fun.
All the recording stuff, and then we were like, "Yo, let's track down."
Right on.
Great stuff, man. Yeah.
Brent, I want to know.
Playing piano recently, man. Like a lot. Just before this conference, I was playing piano.
Nice. Right on.
I want to know how you don't understand the 8-point compensation plan when I drew it out step by step from like beginning to end. And you saw me stand for the first time on web while doing it.
Yeah, Gabby, when I met you, you were 4A and couldn't explain it to me. So why don't you take it easy on your downline? You didn't even know what 4A was when I met you.
I'm just asking him.
Yeah, well, how did you not know when you were 4A?
I know.
Right? Take it easy on your downline. He doesn't know because you haven't taught him properly. It's not his fault.
No, he has. No, he
hasn't.
Bro, it took
me, honestly, it took me probably like, and I came from a background of sales, door-to-door sales, 2.5 years. I'd been in 2 other multi-level markets. It probably took me like I joined before I knew almost anything about the product, and I didn't really understand the compensation plan. I just saw like, okay, $1,000 once I've got 11 people in. Yeah, good. Okay, let's go. So I didn't really
No,
get
like
it for like 2
if I'm
months.
honest, sorry. If I'm honest with you, like I understand how it is. Like yes, he did draw it out. What I'm actually after is I want a recorded version of it. So that's the literally reason why I'm doing it. Because when I try to record it, so I could understand it and go back so I can learn it, right? Obviously, I didn't have my phone record.
Okay, well,
but
Brett,
I've
got recordings I can send you, buddy.
Yeah, cool, nice.
So, can you guys see that? Is that visible? Can you see those numbers? Too small, eh? Gotta be a little bit more dramatic. So the guys, what I was saying is that this takes repetition. Like repetition. My mom's been in this for like a year, and the other day, the light just went on. Bing! Like she got the second half of the compensation plan. There's no absolute, it just takes time, guys. It's a unique compensation plan, entirely unique to us, fully patented. It takes time. Sometimes it takes people 5 times. Sometimes it takes people 20 times. It just takes time. Matt, can you go to the sales portion, whether it's multi-level marketing or direct sales or what we should be labeling as? I've heard mixed responses. Yeah, that's a really good question, Katie. It's unique. Like what we have is entirely unique because it's different from other multi-level markets. Sorry, Josh, I need you to tell me if you can see this, dude.
Yeah, I can see it. It's decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's multi-level marketing, okay? But it's more similar to direct sales than other multi-level markets. Okay? It's multi-level marketing, but it's more similar to direct sales than other multi-level markets. I don't know if you guys have ever be applied to like a door-to-door sales job or even just a regular sales job, but there's almost always like 4 tiers of people. I was having this conversation with someone the other day. There's typically, you start out, and when you get sales, you get commission. That's typically how it starts. When you start, you get hired, and you get sales, you get commission. Then your next promotion, you get the opportunity to train people. Then, once you've trained enough people successfully, you get promoted, and at that rank, you get overrides off of the team that you've trained. When they get sales, you get paid. Then the final one is the manager. You get sales on everybody, and typically your commissions are higher. This is a direct sales model. This is the model that I used for 3.5 years before I joined Enagic. And it's very similar to what we're doing. The primary difference, what makes us more direct sales than multi-level marketing, is the one-time purchase and high commissions. Because with other network markets, they say passive residual income, right? Passive residual income, that's money that just comes in when you're not working. I can go off about this for a bit, but first off, you're making pennies on their monthly subscription to some BS health product or some sort of service that they say is going to make you rich or la, 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 la. You're every month, you're paying. So there's $100 coming in, and then that's being distributed amongst 1,000 people. So everyone gets 10 cents a month for every person that they bring in. That's the typical multi-level marketing strategy. I think this is almost criminal for a few different reasons. The first one is that if you stop doing that monthly payment, you can lose your business. So you can build a business for 4 years and then, God forbid, get in a car crash, go into a coma, not make your payment for 6 months, wake up, lost your entire business. I think that's criminal. Enagic, you buy it, you're in. It's more like a franchisee owner. The other major aspect about this is the commission structure, like I mentioned. Direct sales tends to be you sell something and a nice chunk of commission comes in. That's not passive income. Work is done, a sale happens, big boy money comes in and we get to play with it. It's not this little trickle of whatever every month. I really like our model because from my experience in the industry, a lot of people want to join multi-level marketing because they don't want to work and they want to get paid. Because they're lazy and they don't want to do hard work to get paid. Because they don't have discipline and they get sold. And that's what they get sold on. And so they get sold on the fact that you can join us and not work and get paid. Then what happens? They don't work. And then what happens? They don't get paid. I like our model because our model requires you to do two things. Sell machines, help the people that you sold a machine to sell machines. You can get to 6A 2-2. And if no one in your business is selling machines and you're not selling machines, you're making $0 a month. In fact, Josh, you and I know a couple people. 6A 2-2, no teammates active, not getting any sales, broke. 6A 2-2. You want to know why? Because they fell into some other little scheme, some program that's going to do all the work for you. Oh, you just send someone a link and then they're going to click to this video and click to this video and then they're going to buy and then you're going to make money. And that's what happens. But then that's it, because they're not actually teaching people about the machine. They're not actually teaching people repetitively, month after month after month, how to say this comp plan. Because guys, you go to YouTube, I don't know if you guys have, but you go to YouTube and you YouTube the explanation of this comp plan, I still don't get it. I'm like, what? Like, what? That was so confusing. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? We have a really simple way of breaking this down. So that was to click funnels are yuck. I like how Leo knows what that is. He's not even in yet. Yeah. Click funnels are good if you're selling a product as an entrepreneur. I have a slide in my slideshow that says network marketing without duplication is just another job. And this is why Josh and I have seen people get to the ranks of 682, 682-4. Josh and I are in me, Josh, and Nia are in Japan. There's 3 of us in Japan. We met a 682-4, and we had more people in Japan than he did. He was there by himself because he had no team. 682-4. That's a minimum bare bones minimum of 1,600 sales in your business. And he had no team. Got to put the work in, guys. That's what I love about our business, because you need to keep working. Okay, so let me break this down for you. Bren and anybody that doesn't understand this, like, really don't beat yourself up about it, but, you know, learn it as fast and aggressively as you can. Because I'll tell you one more thing, guys, before I do this. I've gotten sales in this business from people that have already been pitched Enagic. So someone pitched them, explained the machine, did the water demo, and then explained the comp plan to them. The person didn't buy because they were so sketched out at how the person explained the comp plan. They're like, oh, yeah, no, like, yeah, I saw the machine and I didn't really get the comp plan. It's not for me. Like, wait, come look at how easy it is. I explained the comp plan to them and they're like, oh, wow. Oh, that's how it is. Oh, and what that does, when I'm explaining it in a way that they understand it, it builds credibility in me. It builds trust in me. And that's why the people join. So someone else does almost all the work. I just explain the comp plan simply, and then the person trusts me, and purchases. I've gotten 3 sales in my business that way. Someone else did all the work. I'd have to do the water demo, just explain the comp plan properly. Okay, so Brendan Company, you guys can see these numbers okay? You can see this here? Yeah? Yeah, okay, awesome. Wait on. Right here. Let me pin my video so I can actually look at it. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's solid. Okay, guys, forgive my chicken scratch, okay? So, and Brent, were you on the video 2 weeks ago? Were you on the one 2 weeks ago? Okay,
No.
watch the recording, because I help people draw this. Because when you can draw this out on a piece of paper and just explain it to someone, it's incredibly, incredibly impactful. So the K8 is worth $5,000, right? It's called the 8-point compensation plan, right? Every time a machine is sold, the company pays 54% to the network marketing team, right? 54% goes into the sales marketing expansion budget. That's us. 54% is equal to 2,700. Okay, 54% is equal to 2,700. 8 points is equal to 2,700. Therefore, 1 point is equal to 340. Okay, K8 costs 5K. It's called the 8-point compensation plan. Every time a machine is sold, the company pays 54% to the network marketing team, then that is distributed accordingly. There's 6 different positions in our company. Okay, naturally, of course, you start out at level 1. What's cool about each position is that that's how many points you get paid per sale. So for example, when you're a 1A, you get 1 point for 340. When you're a 2A, you get 2 points for 680. When you're a 5A, you get 5 points, 1,700. And when you're a 6A, you get 2,040. Okay. So that is like, can you guys actually see that? Oh God, that's messy. Okay. Okay, so this is what's really going to be important for you here, okay? How do we get promoted through the ranks, right? How do you go from rank 1 to rank 2 to rank 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? It's the number of sales in your business, under you in your tree anywhere. So you start out at level 1 with 0 sales, right? So you start out at level 1, you got 0 sales in your business. You get 1 sale, you get 2 sales. As soon as you get 3, you're now a 2A, right? You're now a 2A at this position. The first goal everyone should have should be 3A. Get 10 sales. Get 10. Once you've got 10, you now make 1,000 USD per sale. Can't remember exactly how much it is in euros, but I'll let you know once I get those numbers for you. I'll send that to you. Okay, 21 to 50 is the 4A. Typically, people spend the most time in the 4A position. That's the position you're going to be at. I mean, it depends. It's like most people honestly spend most time in the 1A because they don't really do anything for like a year or 2, and then they decide they want to, and then they kind of, they grow. But 3A, you tend to kind of blow by. You blow by 3A. And then 4A, you've got a large chunk. 5A, you blow by as well because you already have 50 people in your downline. So it's kind of like 1, 2, and 4 are where you spend most of your time. For me, I spent barely any time in 3A because it just something happens. When you start making $1,000 a sale, it's just different. Like it's if you have a regular job, you start like doing all this math in your head, like, okay, I'm spending 40 hours a week at this job and I'm getting how much after taxes? Like $800 maybe 1,000 if I'm lucky. And then you get 1 sale, you get 1,000. And if that person gets a sale, you get 1,000. Something just happens at that position. So I'm going to, writing is small and messy. Yeah, I know it is, Nate. So I'm going to run you guys through a hypothetical here, okay? Hypothetical. Bren, this is a really, really important part here. I'll send you an old recording I did at Josh's house. I explained, we need to find that. I don't know where that is.
What recording was that? You did a presentation?
No, maybe almost 2 years ago now, before I came to Hong Kong the second time when I was staying at your place there. Yeah. I did a training specifically for drawing the comp plan out and writing it out.
Yeah, well, we have the video. We have the short clips of you doing it.
Yeah, we need to find that. That was a good one. Okay, so let me run through the hypothetical here, Brent. So here you are, right? There you are. You start out. You got your machine. All right? So you sell your first one. You sell your second one. Okay? So you got number one, you got number two. Then what happens is you sell your third one. So now you're 2A. So you got 1 point for this guy. You made 340 from him, 340 for him, 680 from this guy. All right. So this one, maybe, someone came over, your cousin came over, saw the machine, they've got arthritis and diabetes, they bought one, they need it. Same thing here, Aunt Margaret came over, heard what cousin got, she doesn't want to miss out, she came over, she bought one too. You're like, you know what, okay. And then you think of this sales guy that you know. And you bring him to one of my presentations, and I run through all my information with him, and we get him. We get him on board. He's interested in the business opportunity. So he saw you go out and make $1,300 USD. So he goes out and he gets his own 3 people. Because he's in your 2A and you made the 680 for his sale, you also make 680 for every person he brings on as well. So you brought this one guy in, you made 680. He brought in 3 people, he made 680 on all of them. That alone, 4 times 680, is around 2,700. Okay, so that's more than half of your initial investment. Now, I remember this clear as day when I was at Nee's house. When Nee first explained the comp plan to me, because it's just a ton of information the first time you hear it. It just is. There was a few parts that made me go, okay, I'm going to do this. The first one was making $1,000 at the 3A position. I only need to have 11 people in my business before I'm making $1,000. Okay. The second one was this. There's 2 types of sales in our business, like you mentioned, Bren, direct sales and indirect sales, right? Direct sales are people you bring on directly. Indirect sales are people they bring on, people that are indirect to you. Direct to you, indirect to you. The prerequisites for promotions is a combination of the 2. It's a combination of both of these. So that means from this position here, this picture, this is you. You don't just have 1, 2, 3. You actually have 4, 5, 6. Because the prerequisites for combos, is a combination of both. The prerequisites for promotions is a combination of both. So you brought in 3 and he brought in 3, and you're halfway to that position now. So I was like, wait, Nee, hold on. You're telling me that if I join and I get some guy that goes out and sells 20 machines, I'm going to be a 4A because I get credit for all of the people that they bring on? 1, 2, 3 plus 20 would put you at the 4A position? Yes, that's correct. So if you get busy with work or travel or whatever, family, friends, hobbies, other jobs, but this guy's working with us full time, he gets 20, it puts you in a 4A position. This was a major deciding factor for me primarily because in And Katie, this would answer your earlier question about the MLM versus direct marketing, versus direct selling. In the direct selling industry, in order to climb through those ranks, like, not everyone's got what it takes. Some people are really good salespeople, but they can't manage teams. They don't ever get the opportunity to profit off of their team's work. And so what really sold me on this compensation plan was the fact that I know some great people. Like, even here, let's use my mom as for example, right? Let's put my mom in here for example. I, the sales leader, the sales manager, can put sales under my mom. I get a sale, but I put it under her. Not only do I not get penalized, I make the same amount, right? 2 points for this guy as a direct, 2 points for this guy as an indirect. But I can build people that I love or build people that are performing at no loss to my own, and they actually get these promotions. And then they actually profit off of their team. The best part about what we do is that when done properly, it seriously benefits everybody that's taking it seriously. Like, it really, really, the people that want it will succeed. It's up to them how fast. But it's just incredible the opportunity that everybody does have. So when you become a 4A, you're now making 4 points a sale, right? So if you get a sale here, you make $1,300. If this guy goes out and gets 3 sales now, you're making $1,300 off every sale. That's crazy. 4 sales in your 4A completely pays off your initial investment. That's the other thing that I love about Enagic, is that it's really easy to break even, and then there's no additional cost for you to maintain and build your business. Other multi-level markets, there tends to be additional costs or continuing costs. You guys know any multi-level marketers out there? It's really easy to pitch them because of our compensation plan. Because let's say, oh, wow, it's so expensive, $5,000, so expensive. Well, if they're spending $100 a month, that means after 51 months, 4 years, they now have higher overhead than us. And if they're always spending $100 a month, it means it's going to just increase and increase and increase. So, hey, do you think you're going to do your multi-level market forever? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, just so you know, after 5 years, you're spending more than us. After 6 years, way more. 7 years, way more. 8 years, way more. Ours has a cap. It's a one-time purchase and you're in. It's really powerful line with other network marketers, and we want to recruit other network marketers. Okay, guys, I'm going to open the floor here again for some questions on this. I know I rattled off a lot there and said a few things. I can go into the second half of the compensation plan where I show where we're all at and the different positions that we're in. Thanks, Does. I like the thumbs up. But does anyone have questions for me right now on this comp plan? Oh, you do? Yeah. Good. Okay, yeah, let's do Bren and then Tessa. Yeah, Bren.
Cool. So this is both business to consumer and business to business, right? So like if you pop a franchise, for instance, that will have different franchises that want to buy a machine. Let's say I have a lead that can has multiple places like holiday parks, kitchens, like hotels, like blah blah blah. If you pop one of those and you buy inside of chains, that counts to get to 101. Right?
That's right.
Okay, it's business to business, right? As well. Yeah.
Every machine counts as a point.
Okay. That's literally all I need to know.
And on that note, what you can also do is like, this is say you sell somebody that has a few restaurants, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is his first machine. Then he can start actually profiting off of the other machines he buys. You buy a machine, you get commission.
How long does the product last?
How long does what?
Is there a lifetime guarantee, or how long?
There's a 5-year warranty. They last 15 to 25 years.
Cool.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Good questions. Yeah, thank you. Tessa, there you are.
Okay, so I just have a question about the warranty first. So can you buy extended warranty, and to how long can you buy the extended warranty?
I don't know if you can buy extended warranty. People always, okay guys, might as well talk about the warranty here.
You can buy extended warranty.
You can buy extended warranty?
Yeah, I talked to the office. You can buy another 3 years. You just have to buy it before your 5 years are up, at least on the K8 and the SD51 Platinum. So I believe it's like $250 for another 3 years, and then you can buy. I think it's $450, and you get a one-time. If you mess up the machine, they replace it.
But just one time, if it's your fault.
Yeah, if it's your fault. Yeah.
Nolan, did you call or did you email for that?
No, I in person.
Okay. Can we get that in writing? Because
for sure. Yeah. No, I will. But yeah, you get. So that's
get that in writing from these guys in the office there in Vancouver. Yeah.
There was people that know what they're doing in Vancouver.
Cool.
But I mean, you can't get extended warranty on a freaking laptop at Best Buy for $250. It's usually more. So I thought that was a pretty good deal.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say this, guys, about warranties. Has anyone here ever attempted to use their warranty on something that they've bought before? Anyone?
Actually, no.
Yeah. Anyone? Anyone been like, I had a warranty on this thing and it broke and I went back and tried to use it? No? Not one person. Eh? Not even you, Mama? No, eh? Never tried. All right. Leo tried. Leo, did it work when you tried? Nah. Yeah, it doesn't work, guys. Warranties are absolute and full-on bullshit to finesse you to buy. Almost all the time, they gave me a new laptop. Did you have to return the old laptop? Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, so here's what happens. So with Apple and stuff, you know how much it costs them to make one of these in China? You don't know how much it costs one of these? Couple bucks. So you guys are spending $1,000 on your brand new iPhone 11. They made it for $3. And they'll be like, oh, yeah. Oh, you got a broken one? Just give me that one. Here, have a new one, right? Because you're a loyal customer. You're going to buy apps. You're probably going to buy the next one. So, yeah, here, you can just take this one. Give me that old one. They take the parts, and they send them to China. The part's still good. Make me a new phone. So that's why you get new laptops and new stuff, because you're getting crushed under the capitalist communist smite.
Wow.
The next one, for warranties, guys. I've only heard of a few people that have attempted to use a warranty before. Like Leo said, they're going to give you the runaround. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know if you see this part in the small print there. Yeah, no, sorry, can't help you. Doesn't work, guys. Warranties are BS. With Enagic, though, we make them money. We don't sell, they don't get paid. We're the sellers. We bring the money into their pockets. The only place I've ever seen warranties honored is with our company. Because if they don't honor our warranty, we go and we crush their reputation out. We're not going to sell for them anymore. So they've lost a potential that's passive income for them, right? And Enagic has passive income when we buy a machine and we get sales because they're just sitting back while sales are happening. They don't want to lose that. They honor their warranties. Honestly, guys, I've been in this business for 3 years, okay? I tell people, and I've sent out emails saying, I, Matthew, will buy you a new machine if your machine breaks after the 5-year warranty. Not only do the machines last 15 to 25 years, but I'm a 6A. I get $2,000. Like it's a massive discount on the machine anyways. And if I buy this dude a new machine, you betcha he's going to be stoked. It's not going to happen though, because the machines don't break. This is Japanese technology. You guys know how long Toyotas exist? You have to try to kill those things. Japanese build things good to last long. It's in their culture. So I wouldn't be so caught up on the warranty. If they're really, really hung up and you want to get them to go spend a couple extra $100 at the Enagic office to extend their warranty, if it's the difference between a sale, sure, go ahead and do it. But I send the email because I've got confidence in the technology that we've got. So that's the whole warranty spiel. It's surprising
No, I wasn't on about that. I was just thinking, hey, if I can sell to a chain, right, and I know it's if it breaks, they're just gonna buy a new one.
Yeah. So
Because
Brent, I'm just gonna give you some advice. Yeah. Don't waste your time trying to sell to a franchise for a few reasons. The first one is that your mind state is on get rich quick, and you're not going to get rich quick doing this. You're going to need to work. The second part is that if you get it into one, it needs to go into all of them. That's how franchises work. So if one of them says yes, it means it needs to go to all of them, which means it's going to be months and months and months of them having these little meetings and running it past shareholders and running it past lawyers. And in 3 months, you'll be talking to this same group of people. You'll still be 1A. And I haven't seen one of them happen yet. Not one. I was really close in Hong Kong before the protests started happening here. Super duper close. I almost had 18 restaurants. But then they just started losing money, losing locations because of the protests. If you want to proceed down that line, I will help you. I can help you. But I really don't recommend you do it. I really recommend that you find people that are actually going to sell it, not try to go into a franchise and just get it done in a one shot. I've yet to see one happen. Gabby's had a few almost went through. I've had a few almost went through. Josh had a few almost went through. When I was working with Jack selling security systems, I wasted so much time trying to close a franchise that's got 20 places. That's just going to, boom, take me up there. So my advice is to you from my experience is to not waste your time doing it. Until at least you're 3A. You know, that's what I say to people. Get yourself a team of people at least. So if you want to go waste your time for a couple of months, you at least have teammates that are bringing in some income, right? So that would be my advice to you for that. Yeah. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just being real. That's just the full-on reality of what we're dealing with here. It just takes so much time, and it's just a headache, and then you're just disappointed after. Yeah. Anyone else have questions? Sarah, you have questions? Tessa's got more? Okay, good.
No questions. I'm listening.
Okay, good. Tessa, question, please.
I was just wondering, what's the best way to maximize this compensation plan when you first start? Like, how should you?
Best way to maximize it when you first start. When you mean maximize it, are you referring to all these people that are buying multiple units and trying to get more and more points, or what? What you?
Yeah, I just like get most amount of money you can out of the compensation plan.
To get the most amount of money out of the compensation plan, there's a few different ways. One is if you've got $1 million. Yeah, if you got $1 million sitting around, you buy yourself one, and then 1, 2, 3, right? So you bought 4 now, and then you buy another one underneath there. And then you're able to get, after buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machines, you're able to get 2, 4, 5 points per sale.
Got it.
I don't recommend doing this. I've seen so many people do this, and they have no team. They have no team. These people come in and they buy 4 units or something, and then they go out and they sell 3 units to people, sell 4 units to people, and sure, they get a nice payday, but then it ends because they've got no team.
Right.
Some people do this thing where they sell 3 units at a time to somebody. And I always tell them, okay, you're going to sell 3 units at a time to somebody. It means by the time you're at 99 sales, selling 3 units at a time, you're going to have 33 people in your business. Not me. I've got 99 people in my business. I would way rather have 99 people and have made a little less money than 33 people and have made more money. Because that's when you can sit back and money comes in. It's all law of averages game. I'll send something out about law of averages in a bit.
Cool, thank you.
The second way, and the more doable way for anyone, really, is you buy a machine here at the 4A position. So you build up to 20 machines. I'll tell you why, right, guys? So you build up, and then you're in your 4A, you're getting 4 points now, right? So you buy yourself another machine. So now this top guy's getting 4, and the bottom one gets 1. Then it becomes 2A, then it becomes 3, then it becomes 4A, which means in total, you have 21 plus 21, 42 units, and you're making all 8 points. Okay, or you can just do it like me. I didn't buy a second machine until it was my own 6A direct. I just built my business and I just built it. I didn't spend a cent on advertising. All the money I spent was on airplane tickets.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's
can
many different ways to go. It depends on your clients. It depends, like some people want more than one machine. Like some people want the Anespa and the drinking water, really. So, you know, again, it's not a one size fits all, but those are the ways to get the most out of the compensation plan, I guess, is short term, long term, and is it feasible? If you can double up at the 4A, I recommend you double up at the 4A. Why not? But if not, just build. Build. Once you get to 6A, then you've got some wiggle room. Maximizing the comp plan for me is a 10-year game plan, not a 2-year or 3-year or 4-year one. I'm looking 10 years into the future where I want to have 6,000 distributors underneath me getting sales. I'm not so concerned about, making 8 points off of every sale I get and juggling all these different machines and different ID plans. But yeah, it just depends, right? It just really, really depends. Good question though. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey Matt.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, maybe also talk about how to build it right so that you have the easiest path to 6A2-3 for the $5,000 legacy.
Okay, yeah, I can talk about that. Again, not a one size fits all. I'll tell you guys, I'm going to tell you guys about what Nolan just said. Katie, I'll talk about what you just said there too. Katie just asked a question, if you guys can see, about using Ukon to build your business strategically. This comes again when you buy more than one machine. Because in Enagic, you have to get a direct sale every 6 months. Otherwise, the overrides from your team are halved. So instead of making $1,000 per, you get a direct sale, you make $1,000. Then that guy's getting sales, that guy's getting sales, that guy's getting sales. You don't get any direct sales for half a year. The sales that they make, your downlines, you get half of it. Enagic did this to keep people active, so that someone doesn't just get, 100 people in their business and then just sit back and make money, to keep the business being built. Ukons have a renewal every 3 months, Katie. So you can buy an Ukon and then you're committed for a year, but also every 3 months you get the direct, the credit for the direct. So it keeps you fully activated. That's probably an entire conversation for another day. I don't know. It's not how I've done it. But I've recommended it to some of my downlines, because I have some downlines that aren't as active as me, but they have 20 people under their business. They've got 20 people under their business. They've got enough money to buy the Ukon, whatever, $400 every couple months or whatever it is, $500, whatever. And so I recommended to them, look, like you've got all these downlines performing. You're getting half commissions right now. You're not doing anything, which is fine. I don't mind. But you might as well get the recurring Ukon direct credits so that you get the full commissions from your downlines that operate. Okay, guys, so Nolan brought up something really great. This is a huge mistake that almost all Enagic distributors make. And I brought this up earlier. Most Enagic distributors are so caught up in how can I make the most money now that they mess up the dream. They mess up the big long-term picture, which is getting to that 6A2-3 position where you get 5,000 USD autopilot a month. Because people are just taking directs and getting their 8 points and taking directs and getting their 8 points. They're not building people to the 6A position. Okay, so 6A2, you need to have 2 people at 6A. Okay. Josh Quay is days away from 6A2. I'm 6A. Gabby's a couple sales away. Okay. Josh took my advice at the beginning and did a textbook job of it. I was like, Josh, with all due respect, I'm better at closing than you are. Would you agree? And Josh is like, yeah, okay, I could agree to that, right? All right. Even doing door-to-door sales for 3 years, I haven't been. Fair enough. You're better at closing than I am. Good. I was like, Josh, you need to get to 6A too, right? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, that means I need to get to 6A, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, why don't you bring me your people to close? He's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And so Josh brought me in the beginning, and probably it's changed, but when I was a 4A, I think maybe more than half of my sales were people Josh brought me to close. Josh brought me prospects, I closed them, boom. What I'm getting at here, guys, is that you need to build 6As in your business. If we looked at this here, guys, right? What's the minimum total number of sales to achieve a 6A2? 101 plus 101. 202 sales is the minimum amount in your business to achieve the 6A2 position. So you can either take 202 direct sales, and get your 8 points and build your thing and whatever and make as much short-term money as you want. But you're going to have a whole bunch of people at 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. You didn't build people to 6A. How do you do this job properly? You build people. I have a really, really strict stance on this. Okay? Aside from my mom, who I think waved and went to go eat dinner. Aside from my mom, I only build people that do stuff. If you're here learning, if you're calling me like, Matt, I don't know what to do, but I want to know what to do. Matt, I've got a prospect. Can you pitch him for me? Or better yet, Matt, I just got a sale. If you're performing in Enagic, I feed you. Why? Because there's no point in building someone that's not going to keep building. You've got someone that's trying to learn, learning, succeeding, doing what you're asking, putting in those efforts. Again, most importantly, tip top, getting sales. If you go out and you get 2 sales, my goodness, I want to keep that fire going. Here's a third one. Now you're 2A. Oh, now they're going to go. Jack. I know for sure Jack is putting in the efforts that he's putting in, because not only did he pull the trigger at the perfect time, but Jack, like, how many sales have I called like, Jack, you're down? I just closed for your downline, Jack. Jack's like, oh my goodness, I better do something now. It keeps the fire going. You've got someone that wants to do it. If someone gets a sale and they don't get one for 2 months and you're like, hey, bud, here's a sale. My goodness, do their spirits go back up and do their efforts go back up. You build people that are building, listening, and closing sales. Okay. So for example, my business is really funny because Josh put his mom underneath me and then I have my mom underneath me in one lane. So if we go down this way now, makes that one 6A2. Makes that one 6A2, makes this one 2-2. All right, so if this is Josh and then this is me, that means, okay, Josh needs to get to the 6A2-2 position. So it's not just about making sure I've got 101 sales. He actually needs to make sure that 2 of my people got 101 sales. It's the only way. It's the only way he can get to the 6A2-2 position. So now we need to think even longer term now. Now, when we get someone that's a performer, we put them under our people that are performing because we need to get to this position. So if this guy's a performer, he needs another performer. He needs someone that's going to get to the 6A. So if this is Josh and then this is me, Josh is like, I'm going to put my mom under Matt. And then I obviously put my mom under myself as well. So now Josh is building this position, his mom, which is under me. So it's a win-win-win. Josh's mom is eating. He's getting his mom to 6A. It's getting me to 6A2. It's getting him to 6A2-2. My mom, I put Hong Kong under my mom. My 2 top positions in my business, my mom, Josh's mom. So this one's going to be Josh's mom, and this one will be mine. Jack, you're right here. This one's you, bud. This is my other guy in London. So this is Josh's mom now. Jack, Andy in UK. Jack at 6, his mom at 6A2. Me now at 2-2, which brings Josh to 2-3. I'm building my mom here. This one's me. This is my mom. This one's going to be Sarah. Right? So this is Sarah. Now there's someone else here. So what we're looking at here from Josh's point of view. Okay, Josh has me here. Good. Let's put people under Matt that Matt can train and close for and build. How about our moms? Yeah. Okay. Now who's under our moms? Well, Jack, Andy, Sarah in Hong Kong. I need another strong position in my mom's leg. So now Josh is looking down at his business and he's like, Matt's mom needs another strong leg. Maybe I should focus on filling in this blank spot in my business because I'm not worried about Sarah hitting 6A. I'm not worried about Andy hitting 6A. I'm surely not worried about Jack hitting 6A. We only have one missing position. When you look at this bottom position here, guys, the minimum number of sales to get yourself to 2-3 is 808 sales. If you built your business perfectly, which you won't. But 808, 808 sales. Which seems, wow, that's so daunting, but you're just building your builders. Okay? So guys, I'm happy to go through this again and again and again, but please think about this now. When I was 2A, I was pitching people this. I was 2A and I was like, look, this is going to be me and this could be you someday. This could be you if you join now. And I'll tell you what, guys. After me being in the business for 3 years now, I'm 6A on my way to 6A2. The people that I pitched 3 years ago, where I was like, I'm going for this and this could be you. They're running to me now with signed paperwork. Okay, I believe you. Okay. Like, I'm okay with being this guy, you know, like, it's happening. So think about this immediately. Don't wait. Don't think of it like, okay, first I'm going to get to 6A. Then I'm going to get to 6A2. Don't think like that. Think like this immediately. I remember having some great conversations with Josh. I'm like 2A, right? And I'm like drawing out my whole business up to here. It obviously didn't work out that way. I had 3 people in my business and okay, here's my plan, right? But I was at least planning. And now I can almost fill mine. Like mine would be, this is me, Josh's mom, my mom, Sarah, Sarah's downline O, and Yuki. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure. Me, mom, Sarah, O, and Yuki. This is my missing piece of my puzzle right now. Then there's Josh's mom, Andy Anderson, Faustina, Apostle Newman, and then Jack, Danielle, and Jack is missing another power leg. So look, there you go. There's my business laid out for you guys. I need to fill this guy with 2 of them, and Jack needs another power leg. But there it is. Right? Ta-da! Now Josh's is even easier, right? He's almost at that position. He's got me in one of his legs, right? You don't even need to look there. You just focus on your thing. Guys, this is why Enagic is so epic. Because check it out. Let's say this is going to be you, right, at the top. And then, you're whatever, and then this guy. But then this guy gets someone like me. Well, now you don't need to worry about that. That's going on its own, guys. There's people on this planet that will look at this comp plan and be like, wow, yeah, I'm a sales guy and I know 100 sales guy and I'm in. And you might not know that. You might not know this person. You might not be equipped to close this person. But your downline might be. And your downline might be able to bring them to me or Josh and we close them. And now all of a sudden, you've got an autopilot just going. It can happen to anybody. Josh, you remember when we were in Japan and we met, what's his first name? His last name is Romero, the $200,000 6A 11-6.
Oh, yeah.
Romy. His name's Romy.
Yeah. Romeo, I think. Romeo.
R-O-M-I, Romy Verdera.
Romy? Yeah, I remember.
Went to the Philippines office. You'll remember this because I was taking pictures. I went to the Philippines Enagic office. He was just sitting there. 6A 11-6. I watched him get a $200,000 bonus check in Japan, and he's sitting there. So you betcha I sat down and said hello. I was like, how? Tell me how. And he's like, you need to do one thing and one thing only. I was like, okay. Find people that want to build the business. He's like, all you need is 2 of them. Don't waste your time spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Obviously, when you start, you need to do it. But don't waste your time trying to finesse a whole bunch of people that are never going to build your business into buying a machine and getting a one-time commission. 100%. Find business builders. He's just a Filipino lad that landed a couple guys that worked at Wall Street in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, boom, 6A 11-6. He lives in a freaking castle in the States now. He's from the Philippines. It's crazy. Yeah. So, thanks for pushing me down that trail there, Nolan. Guys, do you have any more questions? It's been 2 hours now, so no harm, no foul. If you guys want to leave, I won't take it the wrong way, but I'm happy to stick on this call and answer some questions and chat for a little bit if you guys have any more questions.
I'm gonna pop off because it's like 4 in the morning.
Nice, Brendan Norton. Yeah, keep him. Brendan Norton and Tess. Yeah, Brendan first. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna pop off, man, because it's 4 in the morning. But yeah, I'll message. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Is that cool?
Yeah, give me a call when you wake up. I'll be awake. Yeah, just call me on Facebook.
Okay.
All right.
No worries. Thank
Good
you.
night, Brendan. Sleep well, bud.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Tess?
Yeah, so what's the best way to find these salespeople? Because I was just going over my new sales contract, and one of the clauses was you can't pitch anybody anything that you meet here for 2 years, right? So that's what they're offering. I'm just curious, like, how can I go about it? How can other people go about finding these salespeople?
Yeah, so when you work for a direct selling company, they always sign something called a non-compete clause, which basically says you can't recruit them, which obviously makes sense, right? If non-compete clauses didn't exist, I would just be going to sales companies and getting hired and then pitching them and quitting and going to the next one. Because I'll get hired for a sales job, like I'll get hired. But you can't do that, obviously, to protect their trade secrets and to protect them. Now, on that note, it is insanely hard for them to fight it in court. Insanely difficult.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying you should go in and go and break those, but how do you find salespeople? I mean, like, I've got 3 people from WFG in my Enagic business. They do pretty well, right? They know sales. They know the network marketing business. Finding salespeople, like, yeah, good, very valid question. I always use my own network. Ask everyone you know if they know someone in sales. Guys, everyone says this, and I really want to clarify this because I've really been preaching this the last little bit here. But your network is not who you know. No. It's 3 levels deep at least. It's who you know, and then who they know, and then who they know, and then who they know. That's your network. Look at it like that. One of my best sales mentors told me, after I would go into a door, I'd knock on the door, I'd do my whole sales presentation, I'd close. I'd be like, hey, I got a sale. He'd be like, did you ask him for 3 referrals? I'd be like, no. And he'd be like, hang up.
Oh.
Your sales process is never over, whether you failed or succeed, until you've got 3 referrals from the person you pitched. Oh, yeah, you really think you're never going to be able to afford this, eh? Oh, that's okay. Do you know 3 people that are interested in health? Do you know 3 people that might be interested? Do you know anyone that could even afford it? Do you think I can show them that? Guys, that's how you expand. That's how you find salespeople. If you don't know any, I bet someone you know does. I'll bet you. Right? Oh, yeah, I'll even give you a little kickback if they buy. I'll give you $30 if they buy. How's that sound, right?
Can you do that?
Yeah, of course.
Isn't that coercing a sale?
Coercing a sale. Giving someone a referral fee for bringing you a prospect?
Yes. There's this.
It all depends on wording.
Okay.
Yeah. As does everything, right? Yeah.
It all does. I just got back from.
I'm not making scientific claims. I'm just showing you this pile of articles that is. Right? It's not me. It's the pile of articles, right? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Like one of the primary tools that Trump used during his campaign was he says, now I'm not saying sa-la-la-la-la, but, and then just bombs on the other people. He's like, no, I'm not going to say that Joe Biden is incompetent, but, and then he'll just drop devastating bombs. It's like the same thing. It's all about, it's not coercing a sale. What does that even mean? Is that in the policies and procedures?
I haven't seen it in the policies and procedures.
Yeah.
I'm thinking from insurance, what I've learned is that you can't sell someone if they buy this. Yeah. It's
insurance
totally different.
Entirely different. Yeah, that's a totally different ballgame. It's
I thought it was related
entirely different.
But it's related to insurance. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just totally different. Like you can't finesse someone into a life insurance policy and give them a little kickback. That's a little bit different than selling someone a product and even giving them a signing bonus. Like one thing that you're not supposed to do is say, I will give you my commission if you buy.
Right.
You can say something like, if you buy and bring me 2 prospects, I'll give you a signing bonus in 2 weeks. After your commissions come in, then they bring you some people and you pay them for their referrals. Legitimate business.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering how paid referrals kind of worked.
Yeah, no, we're not heavily, what's the word? Not monitored. The classic word in insurance. Regulated. We're not regulated. No. We are
Okay.
international, number one. We're not confined to the spaces of Canada and the States. And we're not selling like things that involve lawyers or the rest of their life or their bank accounts or their, it's just an entirely different thing. Yeah, good question, but yeah, no, we're not regulated. You can pay people. You can pay people for bringing you sales. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's really common in the direct sales world, which again our model replicates more of. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard about them from those other companies, but I wasn't sure exactly how they legally would work.
Yeah.
Because
well, no, one thing, there's nothing about that there. One thing, guys, I do really want to make clear though is I really don't like doing it. Okay, because I've only done it once, and that's with a company in Hong Kong, a law firm in Hong Kong, because they don't want to sign because of conflict of interest with their people, yada yada yada. But the reason I don't go to one buddy and say, oh yeah, like you don't need to buy, just bring me sales. One, you'll never close any sales ever if you do that because you're not closing. Two, if you close one of their people and then that person is a me, you robbed that person of a lifetime of wealth. And I won't do that morally. Like Josh has seen me many times. People are like, oh, like what if I bring you like 10 people? I'm like, nope, sign or get out of my office. I'm not going to do it. There's no way it's happening because of my morals. Like I'm not going to, what if you bring me someone and then that person brings me someone that's me? Now me and this homie are benefiting for the rest of our lives and you sold yourself short. I can live with myself if we did that. It's not the type of business person I am. So yeah, so you need to buy it, right? And then I've closed from that. Yeah. Like, oh, I guess you're right. And then they buy.
Yeah, the whole like turning it around, like, oh, it's fine, not even caring. It works so often. I use that a lot.
You can use bonuses as closing techniques too. Like, look, I know the initial buy-in is a little daunting. I'll tell you what. Let's do a bonus with you, a fast start bonus. Okay. So if you can sell, I tell you what, every machine that you sell within your first 3 months of joining, I'll give you an extra point. Right? So they join my business and I get 6 points. I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you an entire bonus point for every machine that you bring. So now I'm only making 5. And honestly, even if you're making 1, give it to them. Like, build your business. Right?
Totally.
No, Enagic does not sell air purifiers. No. Thank God.
They would be great, though.
No, they definitely, no, they shouldn't. No. Yeah. No. Any other questions, guys? Good job. Thanks for the questions. Why not? Because it would dilute the content. It would dilute the water ionizers and air purifiers. They don't use ionization technology. They're just cheaper. What would be way more awesome would be if you found an air purifier distributor, and then as a distributor, you partnered with him and said, hey, I'll tell you what, I'll refer all of my leads to you if you refer all of your leads to me, because of water and air, right? That would be way better idea. You want to get salespeople, Tessa? Find an air purifier person. And be like, hey, how much do you make a sale?
Not much.
Oh. Yeah. I'll tell you what, right? Do the whole, hey, I'll buy yours if you buy mine. Oh, guess what? When you buy mine, you get paid for it too. Next thing you know, you've got a water distributor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Leo, if you want an air purifier from Japan, let me know. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly, right? An air purifier. Yeah,
from Japan, though.
There's air purifiers on top of air purifiers on top of air purifiers. They all do the same stuff. You might as well buy one from China.
But Japanese technology is where I'm getting it.
For air purifiers, it's an air purifier. Yeah. There's no crazy technology going on. Like, so for example, Leon told me that he knows this person that knows this person that they took a Kangen water machine in China. They tore it apart. and then they rebuilt it similarly, but in China with Chinese products and cheaper. When you tear apart an air purifier, it's like 3 levels of filters. There's no platinum, there's no titanium, there's no like, it's just, the technology is just, it's not like cars. It's just not the same. Yeah, air purifiers. Anyways, any other questions? Is there a blueprint pitch for partnering specifically with home builders and plumbers? No, you just need to know your stuff and sit down with them and talk to them like a business person. If you guys are gonna talk with a plumber, you need to sit face to face and know what you're talking about when it comes to water and plumbing. If you're gonna sit down with a home builder and you're gonna try and show him the potential profits that he's going to make and the benefits that he's going to have on selling his superior futuristic homes with the water ionizers, you need to sit down with him as a businessman and know your shit. There's no blueprint pitch. No, you need to sit down and know it. That's all there is to it. It's a serious business partnership that's going to cost him thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars up front before he makes money. So you need to know what you're talking about when you sit down and you do it. Yeah, like the law firm I've got working with here, I couldn't just send them a couple things and expect them to join a multi-level market. There was no way. 80% of the time, if you're going in to work with a home builder or a plumber, they're buying for you. They don't need to buy for you. They could pitch you and then they could come buy it from me. Right? You have to out business them. The ionizers don't make you special. You make you special. So just seriously know your stuff before you sit down with the professionals that are going to be dropping these objections, because they're going to have the serious objections about the costs and the functionalities with the water up front. So yeah, just know your stuff. There isn't really a blueprint pitch. It's like, I guess maybe my presentation and then knowing what you're talking about. Yeah.
What do you mean by your objections?
When you're talking to a plumber, they're going to have very unique, specific objections regarding the water, right? And if you don't know how to explain it, they're just going to be like, all right, we're done here.
Of course.
If you're going to a home builder who's a construction business owner, a home builder typically has a multi-million-dollar business at his disposal with multiple massive machines worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in themselves and 20 to 100 employees building homes. If you sit down and you don't know how to talk $5,000 with him, I'm sure there's a more competent Enagic distributor that he can speak to, right? So that's just the reality to it. So you just need to have your stuff dialed. Yeah. And I'm happy to help you dial it in 100%. Yeah. I'm happy to do that. The more people on our team that have the ability to sit down with a plumber and speak science, or sit down with a home builder and speak with him, the better. You guys can start running the trainings if you can do that. Seriously. Yeah. Anyone have questions? Mario, good to see you on. Tara, good to see you made it. No? Good? Okay, guys. I'm getting pretty hungry. So I'm going to go eat. It's good to meet all you guys and see your familiar faces. Next week, distributors only. And it's going to be sales and team building. Okay, I might throw a couple other things in there, but it's going to be much more focused on actually selling and closing. Okay? So we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you all for your time. It was great chatting with everyone in the boxes. Great questions. Honestly, I think we might need to do just a Q&A session in like a month here after we've gone through 8 of these. Maybe every 10, it'll just be a question time. I think that'll go well, something like that. Every 8 or 10, it's just questions. Skills pay the bills. All right, guys. Have a great evening, and blessings be upon you.
Thanks, Matt. You too.